Hey guys, so I am done in Tokyo for now. We're about to check out of the hotel and head to Osaka via the Shinkansen, or the bullet train. This is a high-speed train that will get us to Osaka in like a couple of hours, and I'm really excited to take it. I really want to try to film as much as I can, but it is like raining or storming today. I don't want to get my phone too wet, so we'll see how this goes. One thing I haven't shown yet is a new pair of shoes that I bought yesterday in Harajuku. It was a little crazy being in Harajuku yesterday, and I didn't film much, but I have been wanting to get New Balances forever. I know they're super popular here in Japan, so I kind of waited to get them here in Tokyo where I can actually go to a New Balance store, and I got some New Balance 996s. Here they are. I will be wearing these today. I don't have a sense yet if they're comfortable or if I truly like them because my feet have been aching so bad in the other shoes that I have been wearing. So I'm wearing these on achy feet. So there's that. Anyway, we'll come back to Tokyo toward the end of the trip, but for now, it's time to head to Osaka. Before we check out of this hotel, I just want to say goodbye to my first Japanese bathroom and bidet. Using a Japanese bathroom is just such a part of the travel experience here. And here's our sink and shower situation that we had. That left knob controls the sink faucet and the right one controls the shower head. I've never seen anything like it, so I just want to shout this out before I leave. And now I'm rushing to catch a train that'll get me to Tokyo Station because that's the station I need to be at to catch the Shinkansen. And it definitely rained on us outside, so I've officially experienced hauling luggage through the rainy streets of Japan. So we're at Tokyo Station a little early, which is just how I like it because it gives us a chance to sit down and enjoy some pastries for breakfast before getting to where we need to go to figure out the bullet train. We're trying things with matcha and lemon curd. I'm not sure what everything is exactly, but it's pretty good. And I was already excited, but seeing my first Shinkansen, I'm just even more excited. Seeing one of these right next to me, seeing one of these fly by has me so excited for what my ride will be like. I've done a lot of research on this train. I know how fast it goes. I know that it's pretty comfortable. I know that you can eat and drink on it, so I want to grab a salmon onigiri before I board. I love this place. I love being on this train. It's really spacious. It's so quiet, which really all Japanese trains are quiet. That's part of the culture here. But I'm looking forward to a nap because it's been like nonstop traveling. So I'm especially loving the quiet right now. There's plenty of space on the tray in front of you to eat. There's a hook for our bags. There's a shelf in the window where we could put things if we really wanted to. And it really does have plenty of leg room. Like I wish an economy plane seat felt like this. This train travels at more than 180 miles per hour and will get us to Osaka in about 2.5 hours. So I'm just going to enjoy the ride. And we chose these seats specifically to get a good view of Mount Fuji. We made it to Osaka just fine, and now it's all about figuring out the train we need to take now to get to our next hotel. So there's still more traveling to do. If you're someone who loves train rides and navigating train systems like my husband is, Japan is for you. We're staying at one of the Universal Studios hotels, which is further than a lot of stuff in Osaka, but is great for us because Universal Studios is the main reason we're in Osaka. This hotel is so big. There are minions everywhere you turn. We're actually here quite early, so we'll store our stuff in lockers while we go explore and wait for check-in time. I think Universal City Walk is so cool. Like, it's like the entertainment district that's part of Universal Studios. It's a short walk away from where we're staying. There's an arcade here, restaurants, shops, and I'm excited overall because I've never been to a Universal Studios before, and I love immersive environments like this where there's just so much excitement and it feels like you're stepping into another world. You're somewhere where there's just happiness and good energy all around. Like, people want to be at a theme park. I just love that about theme parks. It's so good to be here. I could even spot the Hogwarts castle from outside of the park. So I'm pretty hyped for what tomorrow is going to be like.
I love all the outfits.
And I'm excited to see what this hotel room is looking like. Okay, this will definitely be the largest room we'll have during our stay. We've got a pretty decent closet and another room for the sink and shower. There's a look at our living space. This is the most space I've seen in days. And let's check out the bathroom a little bit further. The toilet room is my favorite design for a toilet room because there's actually a sink in there. I never understand why there wouldn't be a sink in the same room where there's just a toilet. So I'm glad that we have this. Now going back to the shower area. So there's the sink there. And on the other side of the wall, through a door, is the shower. And now checking out the shower, it's spacious in here. We have a tub and we also have a separate shower area. So yeah, this is the biggest hotel room that we'll experience on this trip. So we really need to take it in and get some of the best rest that we can. We're headed to a district called Dotonbori, which is all about bright lights, bars, food, all that good stuff in Osaka. I have been wanting to try so much street food in Dotonbori specifically, and first up is some takoyaki, which are grilled octopus balls. So there's octopus meat inside of this doughy ball topped with sauce and other toppings you want. This was good. It's flavorful, but I did find this to be pretty doughy, and with the utensil I had to eat it with, it was just difficult to eat. It's also so hot inside of the ball that I couldn't really eat it in one bite without my mouth burning. So next up is Wagyu beef on a stick, which has got to be the best flavor I've tasted on this trip so far. Like, it's so buttery to eat. It's so flavorful. This is a memorable piece of food, and the wasabi just made it even better. Next up is some gyoza, which isn't as flavorful as I was expecting. It was okay, but honestly, I would just skip this next time. That beef on a stick though, that was so good that we have to go back for seconds, and that's how we're ending our night.
Today we are headed to Universal Studios Japan, and I'm so excited. I've never been to a Universal Studios. It's like, I don't know, 7:10 in the morning right now. We're walking over so we can stand in line to get in at a good time. First things first is finding some food, some breakfast. It'll probably be a while before we get into the park and get to any sort of food, so let's head into Conveni, see what we can find. I didn't find what I wanted at that one, so we're gonna head to a different convenience store.
The early bird gets the worm in Japan. I'm so serious. It's a little after 8 a.m. right now, and Universal Studios is already packed. This isn't even the park. Like, this is the line to get into the park. It is already packed here. We could have gotten here even earlier, but I'm glad we got here when we did. This was a great time to line up. Because we're here early, there was practically no line for this roller coaster, so we're like, let's get in line and make this our first ride.
Oh my god! I was thinking, I can't look. Oh Lord.
Okay, making our way to Harry Potter World. This was a part of the park that I am most excited to see, aside from Super Nintendo World, to see some of the things that we know from the books and the movies right in front of our face. Like, it really is magical here. Eventually, we've made our way to the castle, which is actually where one of the rides is. We have a fast pass for this particular ride, but again, we're here early and the line is fantastic right now. It's really short, so we're like, let's ride it right now and use our fast pass later so that we'll have ridden it twice today. I put my phone away in a locker for this, so I couldn't record, but it's an immersive ride. You're riding through the castle, twisting and turning, and things are popping out at you. It's a little bit scary. I love it. I can't be in Harry Potter World without trying a butterbeer, and we went for frozen ones because it's hot. Like I said, it's hot here. It's been hot the whole trip, and I love this drink. Honestly, I'll come back to this part of the park later for more of this stuff. Right now, our feet are dying. Them dogs are barking. So we're like, let's just get on any kind of small ride to get off our feet. We're at the more kiddie part of the park right now, thinking the rides won't be as competitive or as long, which technically the rides are not as long in length here, but there are still long lines to get on these things. So we're not getting that much of a break, but I'm grateful for the break that we are getting on this Sesame Street ride. It's now our entry time to Super Nintendo World, which is a very competitive part of the park and a big draw for everyone here. We got us a power band so that we could interact with the features of the park, and if you enjoy anything Nintendo, this experience is amazing. Like, I really feel like I'm inside of a video game here. We're getting to ride Koopa's Challenge, which is like a Mario Kart racing game, but amusement park ride style. And going through the inside of this place feels like a mix of walking through a video game and walking throughout a museum. I would highly suggest a fast pass for your Super Nintendo World experience because it is already packed in this part of the park, and the line for this ride is long, even for us being fast pass holders, but at least a fast pass makes it a bit quicker. And you already know the drill. I can't have my phone out on this ride, but trust me, it was a good time. I wish I could ride it twice because it wasn't until the end where I felt like I got the hang of what I was doing. We're hanging out at this part of the park for quite a while because one, we aren't ready to leave. It just is cool being here. And two, once we leave, we can't come back. So we want to do all that we can and all that we're interested in while we're here. If you visit Super Nintendo World and you're a merch person, you like to collect stuff or have stuff, you'll want to spend time at the store in here. I saw so many items that I couldn't find online and that I didn't see at the Nintendo store.
One of the big highlights for me today is seeing Canopio, or as we call him, Toadstool. He's so adorable, and I'm glad we got a picture. I can't leave this park for the day without a little more butterbeer, so I'm going back for that. But in the ordering process, right when it was my turn, the machine needed to restart or something. So the butterbeer attendant actually ended up chatting with me for a few minutes to pass the time. And this was such an interesting experience to navigate this conversation with the language barriers and the gestures we had to rely on. You can tell right here, she's like, girl, what are you saying? But it was such a great cultural exchange. We had a feeling the castle would look so pretty at night, so we're making sure to take this in before we leave for the night. It is our last full day in Osaka, and there's a special day trip that we have been looking forward to. Today's the day we are headed to Nara, Japan, which is a city known for its deer and deer park. And you get to feed the deer there. They even have deer on the trains. Did you see that? Let me slow that down a little. They even have deer on the trains. This is so cute. It's just a short train ride away from Osaka, and we're here just in time for lunch. I'm like, we can't just hang out with these animals and feed them and not have any lunch for ourselves. So we found somewhere to have this udon noodle lunch plate. Unfortunately, there isn't much flavor here. Really, the only standout flavor is a piece of fried squash, and the rice is good, but overall this isn't a great meal to me, so let's move on from this. Luckily, we spotted a place to get matcha ice cream before we head to the park, which is pretty good ice cream and refreshing because it's hot out here. Nara Deer Park might be one of the most peaceful and cutest places in Japan. Just watch your step because there's a ton of deer poop everywhere you go, but the animals are so cute. You can pet them, you can feed them sika senbei, which are like crackers. I hope I'm saying that right. You bow to them and they bow back at you. It's one of the cutest things. And I'm cracking up at my outfit today because I know it's serving straight grandma. I'm trying to break in these New Balances, which are a very grandma look with this outfit, but that's okay with me today. Now we're just spending the afternoon checking out what's nearby, like this temple. I can't record in here, it's a religious site, I have to be respectful of that, but it was very beautiful in there, and I did get a fortune. I won't share what it says, but it is a good fortune. It's evening, we're back in Osaka, and we want to check out the Dotonbori River Walk. Along the way here, we saw this puppy store and walked in, and we're seeing all these cute, fluffy, small dogs. I walked up to the guy who works here and said, "Sumimasen," which I think startled him and had him shook. That means excuse me in Japanese. He looked a little caught off guard, but I wanted to see if we could hold a dog, and he said no, so that's too bad, but at least I saw cute puppies today. We're ending the night with yakiniku, or Japanese barbecue, where you grill your meats at your table. We waited in line for a while for this place, but luckily
We're sitting upstairs where there are really no other people around us right now, so it feels like a peaceful date night. And this meal is amazing. That's it for our time in Osaka. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.